I said it. I said it on air. It's the closest thing I have to sounding like Emperor Palpatine. I'm sorry, guys. Hello. And
I want to be a Palpatine.
that's what I said. Let's try it. Yes. Yes. That's it. You got it. Spot on. Spot on. I love
Lightning
it.
bolts. Lightning bolts.
That was it.
Lightning bolts, lightning bolts. Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Quest for Player 2, where we choose to lose our minds and still give you advice. Right?
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
And I missed you all last week, so I'm glad to be back.
Oh my God, you have no idea how much they miss you. People
Yay.
are just like, oh,
I don't know how much,
Like,
because you know what?
I'm
We don't have comments.
Oh, jeez, I'm sorry.
But that's okay. You can put all kinds of crazy stuff, and I'll look at it later when
I
I
can
go
kind of,
on the YouTubes at home.
On the YouTubes at home.
Yes.
It's just like, oh my gosh. Now I can kind of see the comments. I can run with it. So, we are here for Quest for Player 2 to make sure that we can help you guys with your loves lives and just lives in general. You guys ask us for, advice, and we'll be able to help you. That's what we do. Sometimes it's more a question about yourself, trying to make you better. So this way you'll be ready for that Player 2 when they come along.
Yes.
So that helps too. I like that. I dig it all. I dig it all. Oh, jeez.
We do
Here it
have
comes.
comments. Here they come.
Oh,
Get
my
them ready.
gosh.
Put them
See,
in the
I love
chat.
this. I'm gonna
Put them in a super chat. Put
Super
them in a...
chat.
Oh, they're so small. I can't see them.
There we go.
I see Layla in there. Blackwing comic books.
Goody.
The Come Up 18. Hey, everybody in chat, what's up?
All right. Hey, what's going on, people? Everyone in the chat. We're glad to see. We're glad to see you guys, and we are glad to be able to help you guys out, like we said before.
Yes, and we will be staying on topic, Toku Kid.
That's right. Yes, we will.
As much as we can.
As he said right there. Hey, Joe, that means the show will actually be on topic. Nice. People keep saying that, like after one episode.
Well, that what? Well, because you didn't even get through the first question. Super chat from Cool Handle Name. What is up?
Super chat.
And if you want a super chat, that's how you do it. You put it in the blue box or something.
Yeah. You guys go ahead and you do it. You choose the S, which stands for support.
Yes.
And you go ahead and type in your message. It will tell you, hey, your support is worth this much. Doesn't matter what you're doing, it's helping us anyway. So go ahead and choose that and send it over to us. Highlight your conversation, and we will talk about it.
Yes.
So what we're going to do today, we're going to move right into your questions.
What we
and
got?
Start trying to help you guys. Let's see, what do we have so far? Let's see what we got coming up on the screen. Hold on. This is new. No, wait. Oh, first question.
Damn, I wish I missed my ex. What do we got?
So
Lay down the facts.
It's facts. What does it say? Facts.
I don't know.
We were in a relationship for 5 years and broke up because we weren't going anywhere in
life.
Oh, in life.
And they were staying stagnant.
Ooh. I'm 25 and he is 29. I'm a young woman and I need something more than just dating. Just fun dating. After 5 years. Yes, Daniel. Wow, okay. You don't have to call me out right on here. Yes, Daniel, I'm talking engagement. We were already living together for 2 years. It was the next step. That's interesting.
Yeah, I mean,
talk about that one, but let me continue. I'm sorry.
All right.
I'm sorry. I'm sidetracking already. Anyway, the breakup was cool, and we stayed friends. Better way to say it is we stayed friends with benefits. It was cool because we would still go to events like conventions, comic book signings, and and trivia nights with the group. So we see each other, and when I drink a little, I get interested in him again, and vice versa. So it's been 2 months, and we were what happened?
I thought you could see it on that screen back.
Well, we're trying to, but it's
Maybe.
cutting off.
So, are we at the
So
problem?
we see each other, and when I drink a little, I get interested in him again, vice versa, blah, blah, blah. It's been 2 months, and we were pretty consistent when we have our friend meetings.
So the problem is, I've met someone, and we've been dating for about 2 months, and about to hit number 3. Does that mean third base? I'm pretty sure that means third base.
Oh, no, I think it means probably month number 3.
Oh, about month number 3.
Yeah,
And
it would be better if she said it that way. Yeah, so weird.
what's the end of that problem? What we got?
Let me see. And about to hit number 3. So I'm wanting to stop friend meetings because I want a new friend meeting partner, if you catch my drift.
I got you.
How do I tell him and keep things cool and friendly, minus the meetings with my ex?
That is a difficult situation, if I'm being
Jeez.
honest.
I don't...
I guess first things first.
So friends with benefits with your ex, and you want to stop being friends with benefits with your ex.
Yeah, and I feel like if you establish it, I mean, the person that you're with knows that it's just hooking up, right? The other person knows that you're not in an established relationship, so I feel like that made it easier. You set it up this way. You no longer want it to be that way. So I feel like there should be no hard feelings. Or am I wrong?
That's exactly. Oh shoot! Super chat from.
Larry Newbill. Hey, what's up?
I'm not telling what's in the mail package. Oh yeah, that's right. He's sending us something.
What is it? I hope we can
not
do an
gonna tell us.
unboxing on one of these shows.
Yeah, we're doing it no matter what. I don't care. We're gonna do it. We're
All
gonna
right.
open it on a show.
Excellent.
We're gonna open it on a
Can't wait
show,
to
so
see
this
what
way we can do
you
it.
sent
Yeah,
us.
right,
I hope
yeah.
it's not poop, Larry Newbill. Or something weird or gross.
Oh, that would be horrible. That
Yeah.
would be not good at all. But with this one, my thing, I was just thinking about it, and I read my notes, and I was like, okay, intent versus action.
Okay.
If you communicate clearly that, hey, we broke up for whatever reason it was that you broke up for,
Yeah.
and we need to separate completely, because that's probably the best way. You need that level of separation. We need space to really get over each other and move on. It's unhealthy. You're both playing with fire and feelings, and it's not good to do. So I would suggest just being direct about it and saying that it's not good that we're still doing this after we broke up. We broke up for a reason. So we shouldn't be friends with benefits.
But they seem like
after we
they both
broke up.
agreed on it. Like they were both
Well,
like,
true.
hey, we don't want to date anymore unless there's always that situation. I feel like no matter what, there was someone that loves the other person more than that person loves them back.
Exactly.
So that does make it difficult. And I
Uh-huh.
kind of feel like the person that sent this question in is kind of on the side that's like, yeah,
Yes.
this was 100% for fun. So maybe the ex will not take it so lightly. But I feel like if you establish that is your out. You're like, hey, we are friends with benefits. I don't want no more benefits, but we can still say friends. And hopefully that other person doesn't freak out.
So you're like, yeah, look. The benefits are great, but I'm pretty much done with them. I want to cash in benefits somewhere else. That's pretty much what he's going to hear. I'm thinking, right? But so I'm saying if nonetheless, if that's what
Another
we're gonna
super
hear-
chat from Larry Newbill.
Oh, he says maybe full of tea bags.
Oh, you know how much I love tea bags.
That's right. That's right. Everyone loves a little bit of tea.
Yes.
That's right. That's what she said. I like that. I appreciate it. That was perfectly fine. Not a problem at all. Am I right?
Not a problem
Okay,
at all.
all right, cool. But with that one, honestly, yeah. So your opinion is, tell him?
Yeah. I mean, my opinion on like every stance for everything is you got to be honest.
You gotta
And-
communicate.
You know, and I feel like if you have potential with this other person and you want to seek something, maybe you should be looking forward instead of looking back. And yeah, it might hurt his feelings, but also, yeah, you got to do what's good for you. You're being open and honest, and I don't feel like you're going to have any regrets if you just tell them straight up.
I don't feel it's a problem at all. I agree with you. I
Yeah.
mean, I'd say straight up, like, yo, okay, like I said, we need to end this unhealthy space.
Yep.
You know, just let's move on from here. We can still be friends because, hey, at least that works out to some extent. So let's just continue to be friends. I think it's time for you to find someone, me to find someone. Just move on. That's it.
I feel like the tricky part, and this didn't really come up, the tricky part in this is the new boy is going to ask about the old boy if the old boy is kind of staying friends,
Staying
you know?
friends?
So I'd be like, you know, you guys have a good relationship. You seem really friendly. How long you known each other? You guys ever hook up?
Oh.
How long? You know, and it's like, oh, so right as you were meeting me and it was still going on, and, you know, like, I feel like that is going to be the cause of way more drama than like
Than
you
anything
straight up
else.
saying like, hey, I don't want benefits no more. But let us know what happens.
It's true. We do want to know what happens. We don't know what you chose, what you're going to do. Maybe you got advice from someone else too. Let us know everything and hit us back because lately people have, and we want to know.
We won't follow
Definitely
up.
do.
We want to know what's going on. We care about you. We want to know if our advice is helpful
Yes,
or
yes.
not helpful. And every situation is different. So even
Exactly.
though this might work for one person, might not work for the other.
Who knows? And that's why we want to know. So tell us. Give us that info. Got a super chat from Cool Handle Name. Says she should ask if he's in for a threesome.
I don't think she wants a threesome.
I don't think she wants that. That's probably why she said she wants to end the friends with benefits.
Yeah, probably
Yeah,
thought about it and was like, no, I just want to pursue one monogamous relationship at a time.
Yeah, she's probably done with the whole, him.
Yeah.
I think that's it, right? I think
Yeah.
that's it. Oh, Cool Handle Name. You are dangerous. You are dangerous.
Say he should ask.
Oh, well, that's even weirder. Yeah, that's true. So so when he gets rejected, he should ask if she's in for a threesome.
No, that is a bad follow-up to
She'll
being broken
never-
up with.
yeah, it's like,
That's a
look.
horrible response.
So
Do
yeah.
not listen to Cool Handle Name.
So Elle just tells me, hey, Daniel, we're done, blah, blah. We're not doing friends with benefits. And I look at her dead in the eyes and I'm like, threesomes? That's where a slap
No.
comes in the face,
Yeah.
right? Exactly. She's like, and that's it. That's it. So don't do that.
But
Don't listen to
Layla
Cool
even
Handle
is
Name.
like, shame.
Oh,
Shame
God,
on
just-
shame.
Oh, full on facepalm. There's no reason. There's no reason. Oh my God. Everyone's going in like, oh God, this is horrible.
That is horrible
Oh,
advice.
it is,
But we
it is.
appreciate your super chat nonetheless, Shay. Cool Handle Name.
Yeah, but even Layla saying herself, like when it comes to a friends with benefit thing, she knows she just can't do it. It's a fact for her because she will get emotionally attached.
And there are people
And
like
if
that.
you get heartbroken,
And it's good
you'll
that
be
you know,
honest.
if you're self-aware enough to know, then you can avoid a lot of horrible situations in the future. Let me tell
yes, you definitely can. So know your extents. Know where you can, what you can do and what you can't do. Seems like the friends with benefits thing was just the guy's backdoor to try to still get together with you again, in my opinion. I don't know. Or he probably thinks he'll never find anyone else. Well, there's a lot of
It
things.
could
when it
also
comes to
just
it.
be for fun. You might be overcomplicating it, and if you just straight up
Exactly.
tell him, and he was like, "Hey, I appreciate you told me up front. I would still like to be friends and see where it goes from there."
Who knows?
Or if he freaks out, then
Well, then that's an issue. But hey,
then that's someone you don't really want to be around anyway, to be
Nope.
honest. So
Nope. But
dodge a bullet with that one.
He may have a rotation. Who knows? I don't know. So we next question coming up. Let's see what we got here.
Okay, we got a high school reunion. I've been with this guy on and off for about 5 years after graduating high school. Well, during one of our off spells, we had our high school reunion, and when we were there, I think I really got to see him in a new light, in his element. He's charming, smart, funny, polite, and good looking. I was just in my hoe phase for 5 years, and I didn't want a relationship. Hey, it makes sense, you're young. I decided that after the reunion, I wanted to make a move and tell him we should make this more than what it is and to be an actual couple. The only problem is, I think he might have hooked up with a friend at the reunion. I'm not sure, and I don't know how to ask him. But I need to know before I make a move. And yes, I'm jealous, selfish, possessive. After all, he is my off and on. So how do I do it? How do I ask him? And depending on the answer, how do I tell? That is...
Phew. Okay, all right. So you guys have been hooking up
On and off for a good amount of
for
time.
A long time. Then you go to the high school reunion. You hear mutterings that he's possibly.
Well,
gonna
she
hook up with
sees
someone else, or-
potentially, but she sees him, and he's charming and witty and smart and handsome
You
and
didn't notice
everything that
at
you
all?
want.
Man, I don't know.
You know, it's in a different light, and I think seeing him interact with friends is very different than one-on-one conversations.
It is true. It is true.
know?
I don't know. Like, you didn't notice any of that before? You didn't see how he was just like...
I mean, she obviously did because they were on and off for a pretty long time, so there was something very attractive about him.
True, but not enough for her to actually say, hey, I want to be in a relationship until...
Yo, she was in a hoe phase. When you in a hoe phase, you ain't focusing on
That's
monogamous
true. Well,
relationships,
yeah,
you know?
when you're in a whole phase, you got that rotation, you doing things. You just doing things. But, I
You're
mean...
out for fun, but now she wants in for commitment, and that is a very different mentality. So it does
is.
open your eyes to something different.
It is, and with that, it's kind of like, well, are you ready for it? Honestly, are you ready? I mean, it's something I usually suggest when someone ever turns from the whole phase to I want to be in a relationship kind of thing. They say you can't make a hoe into a housewife. You know,
You can.
The thing is, yeah, you can. I was just gonna say the thing is, yeah, you can. anyone can choose to change their mind at any time that they feel like it.
Yeah.
You know? So that's the whole thing. And if she chooses to change her mind, which she is doing now, and decides, hey, I am interested in him, I'm thinking, why not try to go for it? I mean, and if it doesn't work out, well, then you got to be prepared to be able to move on. But I say go for it. Go ahead and say, hey, you know what? I really am interested, and I think that we should try to make this work out. This should be bigger than what we've got it, you know, or see what happens. If he says no, well, then he's in his whole phase.
Yeah.
Don't take it as an insult, and figure out, I would say, figure out what you're going to do in almost all scenarios, so you're kind of prepared. Figure out what you're going to do if he says no, but I still just want to, you know, blah, blah, blah. Figure out if that's something that you still are okay with doing, or if it's not something that you're not okay with doing, or whatever. Also, figure out what's going to happen if he just says, no, I'm not interested in anything now. How does that work out when it comes to, like, the friendship and things like that? And if he says, yeah, I'm down for it, and I'm really interested in going for a relationship, figure out how you're going to go about that. Figure out if you're going to take the time, if you guys are going to do slow, or you're going to jump right in and announce to everyone. I mean, you need to know those parts. That's why I think you do that. You kind of keep yourself, in one way, safe, and also everyone else involved safe, because you don't want it where the emotions are just crashing down like waves, because it can be bad.
Kind of feel like you're speaking from experience here.
No, I'm just saying, like,
And we had a
you
super
don't want
chat.
that.
We had a super chat from Larry Newville saying, "The more you know," with star going across the screen. But yeah, and Comic Book Realtor, it's like, you know, hey, everyone can go through this phase at any point in their life after any number of experiences. You can never be too old.
Oh,
You can
no.
be divorced and then get back into that phase, you know? Like, hey.
That's what happened with me. I got divorced, and I was like, "Bow, baby, what's going on?" I'm like that meme of the that coach after that game, and he comes in like, "Ah!" I was just like that, just ready for it. And I went my whole face hard. I went hard.
But it
to the
does
paint.
happen. And I feel like if this person is willing to make the change, you know, knowing that you're jealous too, like, I feel like you don't get to be jealous if this person hooked up with someone at the high school reunion because you weren't in a committed relationship at that point. I feel
Right.
like you have to let that go. And yeah, it kind of sucks knowing that, like, hey, they were, you know, hooking up with other people, but also you had that opportunity as well. So
love that.
once you establish it, though, and if you guys both agree to be in a relationship, then yes, jealousy and be like, you can't talk, you can't sleep around with other people. I feel like that is a standard.
Yeah,
And if he
yeah.
does, then you have every right to be jealous and angry and selfish with him, you know?
Yeah.
And I do get it, though, that even though this person isn't necessarily your relationship, that you still feel jealous sometimes, you know? Even when it's open, I feel like that is kind of a big key that you're really into him.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. It seems like the room is agreeing with you, too. It's like when they say, hey, you know, check the room, or feel the room out. You're
Whitney knows what's up.
Because, yeah, Whitney says it right
Heck
there.
yes.
Who cares if he hooked up with another girl from the reunion? If you want him, go get his ass. There's something he likes about her, obviously. So shoot your shot.
Yeah. And I feel like worst case scenario, you might want to prepare for it of like, hey, if he says no, how are you going to continue your on-off relationship? Or are you just going to cut ties? Are you going to try to, I don't know. It's hard because when getting rejected when you genuinely like someone,
Oh, yeah.
that's,
Oh,
it is
It's-
rough times. And like, for me, I'm kind of like, I don't want to see that person anymore. It is a constant reminder
Yeah,
of like my
honestly.
rejection.
Honestly, you reject me after I'm like, yo, I'm really into you, blah, blah, and you just reject me. I'm kind of like, I can't deal with this. I can't deal with this. But I've learned now over time, rejection's just part of life. So I've been rejected.
And you'd
I'm
rather
still
know.
really
I
chill
would
with people
always
now.
rather know than wish me like, man, I wish I asked. I wish I said something. I
Oh
wish
my
I did.
God!
That is worse than having that actual heartbreak, in my opinion.
Regret and resentment, guys. R&R. It's always there, I'm telling you.
Oh man, my R&R is rest and relaxation. I don't want none of that.
No, I'm just saying, but that's what can happen.
But that's why you gotta go. You have to ask. And I feel like you're genuinely interested in this person. You've been together on and off for that long. There is something quality about this
Honestly.
guy. And there is something quality about you if he is also on and off for this amount of time.
There you go.
So I feel like go for it.
Oh,
Like,
that is a good one.
I
like how
have
you
a good
pointed
feeling
that
about
out.
that
I think it's gonna
something
work
good
out.
will
I hope
happen.
so.
And just try not to be jealous and mean and keep bringing up like what might have happened at the reunion,
You know, I
because
don't-
you guys were not on monogamous terms at that point.
Exactly. You know what? Even though like okay, he was your on again, off again. The thing is, he wasn't your dude. So the thing is, he can do whatever he wants. Just
And
like
you
you
could
were
do
able to
whatever
do
you
whatever
want.
you wanted.
Yep.
I'm sure enough that maybe you probably because you said you were in your hoe phase. So I'm thinking you got a hotation. I love that word. And if you don't, well then that's a problem too. But still, nonetheless, if you only were sticking with him, well, see that's another question too. Was she the one that was only monogamous, and then I've heard of stories like that, but I don't know.
We need more
That's
details. We want to know
yeah.
what's going on, but also, yeah, because there's a bunch of different elements to your question that you're bringing up to us,
There
and
are.
it's like, man, there's a lot of key factors that might change at any given point. So
There is,
we want to
there
know, but
is.
I want you to go for it because I feel like you guys obviously do have some sort of good connection.
Oh,
And he
I
might have
just-
been waiting for you to just come around, like he doesn't want to push the boundaries and maybe ruin things, but
I like that. So no matter what, ultimately make sure to give us the feedback. Let us
Yes.
know what happened. Everyone that we read today, we want feedback back. We want you to send us something. Lately, that's become a thing. So quickly, tell
Yes.
us what's going on.
or if
And
any of you have questions, you can send it to fanquestions@thathashtagshow.com.
That's right. Fan question at thathashtagshow.com, where we'll be able to see your questions, read them, and if we need more info, we can probably even send you something and say, hey, we need a little bit more.
Yeah.
Which we do
And you can be
for-
anonymous. You can say, hey, don't want my name out there, don't want any of this information.
Exactly. So
For a friend. I'm asking for a friend.
For a friend. So we've got more questions, and let's get to one right now.
What we got?
What's up, guys? I miss you guys so much. Sorry about not sending a video. I believe it was last week. I was working, so sorry about that. But this week, I'm here to answer another fan question. I'm going to get right to it. So this gentleman is 24, single, and looking to date a woman that would like him back. How do I stop caring about what other people think of me long enough to find her? He says he is a tall, lanky, ginger Mexican living in Guatemala. Everyone is darker than him. He stands out, and he feels like it's in a bad way. He's been rejected 4 out of 5 times, and the one that did say yes to a date stood him up. He rescheduled, but then he got cold feet, thinking that she was going to just do it for a favor, and so he ended up ghosting her, and he's too nervous to say anything now because it's been 2 weeks. So, any advice on how to stop caring about what people think about me? This is the most, I feel like, wanted answer, and I want it too. Like, I continue to care what people think about me as well. I'm 28 years old, still care. Not as much as I did when I was younger, but to some degree, I still very much care. And you know what? Everybody feels insecure. That's another thing you have to remember. Like, nobody is exempt. If you are human, you're going to feel insecure. Anybody. I'm talking anybody. Angela Bassett, Robert Downey Jr. Like, everybody has days where they do not feel adequate enough, attractive enough, fun enough, likable enough, anything, talented enough. So please know that that is just being human. That's not because you're tall, skinny, lanky with red hair. So don't worry about that, because no matter who you are, you have these insecurities. The problem is, this is an inside job only. Like, from you, for you. This is the only way to get over it. No relationship's going to make you feel this way. No job. Because when you get those things, your insecurities will then ruin them. Trust me when I tell you, you have to be secure first before you can be a good partner in a relationship, before you can be a bomb employee, before you can have these great friendships, because otherwise it's just going to get in the way. So for me, I like to do things that make me feel confident when I'm having those days. For me, it's exercise. This is not why I'm saying this. This is just happens to be on today. But exercise for me makes me feel confident. And for you, it could be something different. It could be art. It could be cosplay. It could be creating something. It could be music. It could be sports. Like, whatever makes you feel good, start there, because that's going to help you kind of build up your confidence a little bit. Another thing that I like to do is when I start having really negative thoughts about myself, and I start getting really down on myself, I just remember, like, okay, would I be saying these things to my best friend? And if the answer is no, that means you shouldn't be saying them to yourself either. You would never call your friend, like some of my internal dialogues, like, you still don't have a career, you're still following your dreams, when is it time to throw in the towel, what are you doing with your life? Like, these are all things that I think about. But then you have to flip-flop it and be like, I would never talk to my friend that way. So when you start to do that, catch yourself. Literally catch yourself and be like, ooh, that's a nasty thought about myself. And then say a few things that you do like about yourself that you would tell your friend if they were complaining about the same thing. So for instance, I was having those thoughts the other day, and then you switch it to, yeah, but you're facing your fears, you took a risk, you had the courage to move away from home and drop out of school, you're trying your best, you're a hard worker, you know what I mean? So it's just about switching up the language, because what you tell yourself is what you're gonna believe. And it's true, and nobody's a loser. Like, I don't care what you look like, doesn't make you a loser. Please, actually, you know what? Google Sean Ross. He is an African-American albino model. Male model. Successful male model. Attractiveness looks different to everybody, and everybody is beautiful. So I don't care if you're tall, skinny, really light skin, red hair, living in Guatemala. Your personality, or maybe just your looks itself, you're going to find somebody who finds you attractive, because I'm sure you are. I had a thing for really tall, skinny guys. I'm just saying, I know things have changed a little bit, but that used to be my thing. So just know your physical attributes, big or small, does not make you unattractive. It's what you give to the world, what you bring to the table, that makes you attractive or not. So I hope that helps. Sorry for the rant. I don't want you guys to feel this way about yourselves. I love you. First step would be to reach back out to that girl, apologize for ghosting her, give her the reason, and ask her back out. That's my challenge to you. So hope that helps. Love you guys.
Jess always has the best answers.
Seriously.
I miss her. I miss watching her on this show.
Aw.
She always gives the best advice.
Oh,
So
I
sincere.
miss you, my little Cupid. I miss her a lot.
But
I
also,
miss her.
you're so young. You know,
I know,
if you add a
right?
couple years onto it, and when you become my age, you stop caring by significant level.
Like, I don't care, and I don't
Yeah.
fuck with you.
The older you get,
It's
the
true.
more curmudgeon-y you get. And you're
It's
just like,
true.
oh, whatever.
It's true. It's
Your
very
opinions
true.
mean nothing to me.
No, but my thing is, all right, I remember once I read this, the first thing I had to say was like, better question is, why do you prioritize others' opinions over your own? If you wouldn't ask them for their advice, why would you allow their criticism to get to the front of the line?
But the thing is, this
push
person
it
might
back,
not
who
even be
cares?
asking for advice. They just, because it seems like just a very sensitive person that takes everything to heart.
Yeah.
You know, like very empathetic, very, like a true Hufflepuff. You know?
True.
And
Very
just,
true.
just has that. And I know a lot of people are like that, and it's so hard, and it's easier said than done to, you know, to just brush it off. But
Yeah.
sometimes you just care. Like, I care.
See, that's the thing.
And I'm
you
old,
gotta-
and I'm just like, I don't care about certain things, but every once in a while, something just
don't-
digs in deep.
If it's someone that I would not ask advice from, I would care less about what they have to say about me. If I don't
True.
even respect you enough to ask for your advice,
Yeah.
then I don't respect your opinion concerning me. That's what I want. I want the opinion of someone else that I do respect. And when they say something, it's not going to be just to go ahead and hurt me. It's
Yeah.
going to be they say something, and then I'm going to continue on with it. You are tall, slim, and ginger Mexican. You are rare, my friend. Take
You're a
that-
diamond in the rough,
Yes,
yeah.
take that and run with it. Right now, gingers are coming close to running the world. Every
True.
time we see something on TV lately, it's like, oh, okay, we got a Mexican ginger boxer right now that people are going crazy over. We have, just when it comes to just gingers on television, now they're all over the place.
It's
And,
true. You're
they're
kissed by
doing-
fire. You're a
Exact-
hot commodity, man.
There you go. So take that and run with it. Okay, I'm unique. I'm different than everyone else here in Guatemala. Everyone else looks exactly the same. P.S. I definitely don't. So come talk with me. You know, build yourself up. Remember, like, when it comes down to it, there isn't really there's only you on your team. There isn't anyone else. Your pep squad is just going to have to be you as well. So sometimes cheer yourself up. Talk yourself up. If you need to get up, go and look at yourself in the mirror and just say, you know, I look good. I know I look good. And when you see someone that gives you a good look, and carry yourself a little bit more, if you feel like you're just not sparking that interest, kind of change some stuff up, you know? dress up a little bit more. Your outside needs to reflect what you're feeling on the inside. And when people see that, and they see that confidence, they see you build up with this, and we've had this conversation before, people will see it, and people will react to it. People gravitate towards confidence. So gain that confidence because you're special. You're an individual that no one else is like. So be happy at that fact. Revel in it. Make sure that you know you're unique. That's my suggestion to you. Once you get that in, hopefully that will kind of bubble up that, that feeling of just self-worth and self-esteem.
Yeah,
then,
and if
boom.
you ask people out, rejection is going to be part of it. It will always be part of it. There are always some horrible people out there. But think of it this way. You didn't want to date someone like that anyway.
No.
That's probably the best way to put it. If they don't like you, if they're not interested in you, you don't want to force anyone to like you. You can't force people to like you.
No.
So you just got to move on to the next. On to the
Exactly.
next. On to the next.
On to the next.
And I did this person say how old they were? Because I also feel like it is a thing that when you do grow up. 24. So it's like I still feel like maybe especially around that age, people are still like clowning each other. It's like always trying to put each other down, like teasing. And, you got to know that if they're your good friends, they don't actually mean any of this stuff.
Exactly.
No one should actually be criticizing you. It's meant for fun. Try not to take it to heart, and it's always easier said than done.
It's true.
But it is something that you got to practice. You got to practice. Fake it till you make it.
That's it. Start to, embrace something about yourself that you do like and just highlight that. And always think to yourself, well, this is something I like and I think other people like it too, blah, blah, et cetera, et cetera. Get out there and talk to people. You won't find anybody if you're not going out and trying to find someone. So just learn to be a little bit more social. Start talking to people, conversing. It gets you to feel natural about that whole thing. So this way, next time when you do see someone, you'll be able to carry a conversation. And that may actually go ahead and catch them. And they're like, oh, wow, I really had a great conversation with that guy.
That's true. Having your own interests and hobbies and being passionate about something, people will always feed off of that kind of charisma and that kind of passion. And if you can bring that out, even if it's in a subtle, very kind of like underrated way, people can still sense that. So I feel like that's a good place to start. Take your hobbies, take your passions, focus on it, join like any kind of club, book club, game club,
Yeah, see,
nerd
there
club,
you go.
conventions or whatever, and people are automatically
that
drawn
way.
to you. So what do we got in chat? Anything
I'm
fun?
just gonna look at it. I'm trying to go over it all. Don't forget being consistent with it too. Doing this type of work only once won't work. You must do it every day. So kind of like feeling yourself about that. You gotta kind of feel it in that way.
And it's true.
So
And I feel
get it.
like you don't have to be overconfident because there's a lot of stuff like, yes, you want to be self-confident, but you don't want to border on arrogant because people see that anyway. You just want to do enough for you to know that you are worthy, that you are worthwhile, that, you can be loved and you're capable of giving love. But you don't want to come off as like
Oh God,
those
you don't
bros.
yeah.
You know who I'm talking about, those types of people.
Yeah. You don't want
Yeah.
dude, bro. I'm great, bro. Don't worry
And I
about it,
hope
bro.
I'm okay
I got it,
sharing this.
bro.
I'm not going to use any names, but a friend was doing online dating. First interaction was like, hey, how's your week going? And was like, hey, I'm watching Game of Thrones. I'm having a pretty good week, And the person responded like, Game of Thrones is dumb. Yeah, I've been at the gym all morning. I'm feeling great. And I was like, that is a weird humble brag to like.
How do I swipe away
how,
from
how,
you?
how do you?
How do I-
Why are you flexing on that? And then the first thing you say to me is dissing my own interests. I don't want to talk to you anymore. To be like, I feel like you have that kind of empathy and you can read off people and you're willing to listen. That is super important. Your response probably would have been like, oh, that's interesting. I've never really gotten to Game of Thrones. What do you like about it? That is probably the answer that you would give because you're not a dick.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm just saying that's true. But yeah, I'm like, ugh,
You care
Game
about
of Thrones.
a lot of people, and that is really good in relationships to listen and to care about their interests and their struggles. But you need to kind of filter it just a little bit to get the people who don't really matter out of there.
Boom.
Yeah.
That's it. Sift it through. Go ahead and sift it through. Let all the crap fall out. And
Yep.
keep what's important. Because, yeah. That one that stood him up, don't worry about her. The one that you ghosted, reach back out to her. I know it's been 2 weeks, but reach back out to her. And this is where everyone says, Daniel, you're just too forthcoming or forthright. But be honest with them and tell her, hey, you know what? I'm sorry. I was really intimidated and I just kind of backed up. But I got my senses now. I got my senses about me. I apologize. And you can compliment her at the same time. I just got really intimidated. You're a 10 and I feel like I'm just a 5 or blah blah. But you don't want to put yourself down too much. So you're a 10 and I feel like I'm a 7, I'm an 8. I'm just not.
Or just like I felt like I couldn't approach you. I'm so sorry.
Exactly.
And I'd love to try it if you have the opportunity. But if not, I completely understand. I'm sorry for doing that to you. And just leave it at that.
Yeah.
I feel like honesty is the best. And yeah.
I think with it, I think she'll be like, oh wow, okay, thanks. Made her feel good too. So she'll probably say, okay, yeah, we'll give it another whirl. Let's go ahead and try. Why not?
Come up 18, mirror on the wall, Jean-Claude Van Damme, I'm fine. I mean, yeah, you could do that
on
too.
the wall, Jean-Claude Van Damme, I'm fine. I like it. That's true.
Fresh Prince. Nice.
Oh God. Okay. Well, I mean that works. So with that, we have some more questions. I think we have 2 more.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Let's see if we can get one up here. We have 2 of them, and both of them are pretty good.
Oh, this is from John Gatewood.
Hey.
Hey guys, I'm preparing for meeting someone I haven't seen in a while, and I'm not sure how they feel about me and vice versa. So you're not sure how you feel about them either. So interesting. We talked a lot with texting. Should I expect the fires of attraction to relight or be ready for a letdown? I think with a question like this, you really need to know where you stand first, because you can't. There's no way to ever know what the other person is thinking. But what do you really want? And I feel like that will kind of guide your interaction.
I agree. I mean, as far as expecting the fires of, to relight, I don't even know if there's kindling right now. I don't know. You're kind of like, I can take it or leave it. And
but you don't want to
know
be
she
like
is
that.
way. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm like, don't even look for even the further part. Go ahead and start with the basics right now. Are you even interested in seeing this person? You need to figure that out, like you said.
Yeah, like in a relationship, because the other person will naturally feed off of your energy.
Yep.
So if I came in every week and was like, hey guys, what's up? Another question. What's next? Like no one's going to be interested. Like if you're not genuinely interested, you can't imagine. The other person is going to feed off of them and be like, oh, you're not really that happy to see me.
Exactly.
So I'm going to mirror you and also play aloof.
Yeah.
But if you want to be just friends, just be friendly. If you want something more, then,
yeah,
put that game out
there.
there.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yo, girl, whatever you got to do. But, you need to figure out exactly what you want. So if
that's step number 1.
Yeah, if you know that you actually want to pursue something, or that there's a chance that you can pursue something, well then approach it that way, and then trust me, like you just said, people will feel it. You vibe with your tribe, they'll catch it quick. And if it's not there, then they won't want to be there, and that's it. So figure out what you want first, and then from there, just let it grow. Don't worry about the fires of attraction and all that stuff. Figure out what you want, and then go and meet that person with that intent.
Oh, man. So Joseph says if someone loves you, then you're a 10. It's true. Even if you're like a number 2 on looks and you have that person that adores you, you're a 10 in their eyes.
You're a 10 in their eyes, and that's all that matters, right? I mean, that's the one thing I always say. I never understand that when people are like in relationships and they're like, oh, but this person thinks I'm ugly. Are you stooping that person? No. You're stooping somebody else. You're stooping your 10.
I don't
So
use
be
that
happy
term.
with that.
I use a bunch of other
Yeah,
terms.
exactly.
But that's all
I'm saying.
If you know that lingo that I just learned and had to Urban Dictionary that, then
stooping means sex, guys. It means
But
how you
also,
bump it
Jody was
ugly.
like, hey, dating sim. I play a lot of VN games. They're so much fun.
Oh,
I like to date
jeez.
pigeons. I like to date, like, high school girls. Like to date tanks. It's weird.
It's weird.
It's so much fun,
weird.
though. It is amazing.
Ah.
VNs are probably some of my favorite games.
Really? Like the dating ones?
Yeah. Oh, my God. They're so fun. If you ever want to date tanks.
Uh-huh. Is
No.
there one? What is it called? Do you know what it's called?
I want to say it's almost Tank Girl, but there's this pigeon one called Hot to Full Boyfriend. Man, you guys should try
Wait,
to...
it's called what?
Hot to Full Boyfriend?
Hot to Full Boyfriend.
Yeah. You are...
I want them as a sponsor. I want Hot to Full Boyfriend to sponsor us. Someone tweet it out to them right now.
And literally tweet, because guess
yes.
what? When you're dating birds.
That's right. Ah! So tweet out to them and tell them that we want a sponsor from them. We want them to sponsor us somehow, because that would be interesting.
And what's
Just,
up, Donnie
Have
Pearson?
to deal with
Seattle.
that.
We
what's
are
up, Donnie
actually
Pearson?
doing actual dating questions, and we are not talking about VNs on this show.
Yes,
but
exactly,
if we want
but-
to, we can totally start a new
a new
new
lane.
stream
We've
about
got
this.
a new lane. We'll got a gaming channel right now. We'll talk about that later.
Hey, don't judge me, comic book realtor. You don't judge me until you play Hot to Full Boyfriend.
Being open on dating sims is worse than Jezzer stripping for PSP.
That's a good story. Jezzer's story about being a stripper is like one of my favorite things in the world.
Jezzer's story about being a stripper was a really good story.
Hey,
And
cool handle
bravo.
name. If you get a chance, watch the After Dark spotlight on Jezzer.
Oh,
It
yes.
was I feel like earlier this year or the end of last year.
End of last year.
The end of last year. Oh my God, his is really good. It's really long, but right in the there are so many great stories in there.
So good. Yours was good. Yours was good.
I wasn't
So many
prepared,
people
but man,
learned, like,
Jezzer's
so
stories
much.
are fun. He was a stripper.
Just so he
So
could
he
get
get
a
a
PSP.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, well, I'm gonna strip for the PSP. Women were like, woo! He's like, yeah.
But yeah,
Metal
watch
Gear
his Spotlight.
Solid, you know?
It is on YouTube. You have to look for it, but Spotlight on Jezzer.
It's a
It's
really
the After
good
Dark series. So.
It's a really good one. Yeah, that's right. We got a local stripper, guys. We know what it's like. We know what it's like. We got a Jezzer. Oh yeah, like it's like, oh, you have this. We have a Jezzer. And we just send them loose.
The
on
best
people.
calves you will ever see
Seriously,
in your entire life.
I don't care what happens in your life. Jezzer has the best calves
It's true.
ever, better than almost any runner.
Yeah.
Now we've got one more.
What are we gonna end on? What we got?
Let's
what
see.
we
Let's
got?
see what we got. Hopefully, it's a good one.
Curbside Profit. All right.
I like the name already.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I had a question. My question is, why would someone keep their relationship status hidden? Must be on social media. Not the relationship or the person they are seeing / dating, just the relationship status. I see it as an issue since if someone keeps something hidden from me, what else would they hide as well too? You don't have to say the two after the as well, but I get you.
Yeah, I mean, this is a little tricky because I'm guessing it's on Facebook because Instagram doesn't really have a little category for relationship status. So I'm
You have
guessing
to
it's more of
literally,
a
say it.
a
It's like,
Facebook thing.
yeah.
But is this person like super active on their social media? Because for me, it's like I never update anything because I log in like maybe once a week, if that, and I barely look through anything or post anything. So I feel like that's not necessarily a big issue. But if it is and they're on, I feel like you can just ask and be like, hey, why don't you want to be in a relationship with me?
Yeah, like, hey, why
See
don't
what
you
they say.
why don't you want to claim me publicly?
And part of it too might be like if they're not willing to, like if they have a lot of family in there from other places, they might try to be like, as soon as they make that relationship status, like aunts, uncles, grandmas,
They
like
start hitting you
they're
up
gonna hit you up and be
yep.
like, hey, what's going on?
Yeah,
How
they're
long have you
gonna-
been dating?
yeah,
And it's gonna be
yep.
like,
And then, there are some people
So-
that have those families. That's true. And then
It's true. So
their
it's
family
like
will
if
go
I
and
were doing
stand.
it, that's
Oh.
why I would never
That's
never put
smart.
it on
That's
because it's
smart.
like if you really care, come Christmas or something, you'll meet them anyway. But I don't
Exactly.
need to get like 10 gajillion direct messages from all
Asking
kinds
you
of
what's
family.
going on,
Yeah,
and
and
then-
then having to repeat and blah, blah,
But
blah.
then they get worse and they start friending.
Yeah, they're gonna friend you.
Yeah.
Like the family's gonna start
Yeah.
to friend the significant other and like creep
Yeah.
on their page, and it's like you
Oh.
might that person might just trying to be like save a lot of drama from going on. Be like, oh, I saw this picture from back in like 2012, or they were drinking. I don't think they're right for you know what I mean. Like there's some crazy stuff that comes
Exactly.
up with family, so
But-
it
but-
might be like that. But I think you have to ask, right?
Yeah, but even if it's not specific and you're just saying in general, why would someone do that? There are plenty of reasons. Sometimes people like to keep their information concerning that very quiet. Sometimes they may see themselves as some level of a public figure or something like that, and they're just like.
And we talked about
"Look,
that. That is
yep."
bullshit.
Yep.
I don't care if you're a public figure. You can date whoever you want.
Very true, but then
Yeah.
the thing is also with sometimes being a public figure, then people will start approaching that person all the time.
Yeah, that's
oh,
true.
hey, now all of a sudden
And
they start
create-
trying to friend and find them, blah blah.
And that usually means a
that's weird.
significant other might have to put their profile on private,
And
and all this
that's
other
like now
stuff.
I'm
And
making
yeah,
you change your life, blah blah. So that's
Yeah.
sometimes a reason. But honestly, some people just don't want other people knowing all of their business. I mean, when I was dating my last girlfriend, I just didn't because it was like, hey, do you want me to? And she was like, nah, I don't care about it. I was like, cool. And that was it. And I was just like, all right, chill. That was it. But some people really find it very important. Some people are like, well, it validates that they are important in that person's life because it's like in every aspect of your life, you're letting everyone know you have a boyfriend. But that can also be annoying because it's just like someone who does CrossFit or is a vegan because they always tell you that they do CrossFit or that they're a vegan. It's like that kind of person where, I have a boyfriend! I have a boyfriend! I have a boyfriend! No one cares now. Now, in fact, I'm shocked you do have a boyfriend. He hasn't left. I don't need you announcing that every moment you get. And that's what I'm saying. So no one wants that either. So there are plenty of reasons why sometimes people will just not announce it. I'm just saying. But then there are good moments, and it's like, hey, you know, you're feeling it. You're in the swells of just love and infatuation and everything. So what do? You tell the world, and then everything can be fine.
But also, I feel like if this person isn't hiding you in real life, like, these are my friends, this is my family, I'm going to introduce you. And it's just on social media is really not the indicator of how good your relationship is. So I feel like
God,
you
no,
can
it's
just
all
ask
fake.
and be like, hey, why don't you want to put, like, add me as a relationship on Facebook or whatever social media you might be using, and just see what they have to say, because that might be something that's like, you know, I don't want to deal with that drama either. That's fine.
I mean,
but if they claim you in public, they claim you in front of friends and everything,
exactly.
I feel like, hey, that's a good
If
sign.
you're claimed in front of friends and family, I think you're good. You don't have to be claimed.
But if they're
on
telling their
everything
friends
on
and family
social
that they're
media.
single, then conversations.
If they're telling
need to
friends and
happen.
family they're single, I guess there's something that you don't know yet, which
Yeah.
is they're single. So
Yeah.
that could be an issue.
Unless it's just with, like, the mom or something that's like, oh, I don't want, like, you know,
Oh, yeah.
overbearing mother to, like, start
Oh.
attacking you, or I don't want this, you know. But that's a conversation. You're in a good relationship. I feel like you can have that conversation super easy and,
yeah.
you know.
Really easy, really quick. You can have that conversation, ask what's going on. I know a lot of people are even saying that, like, that can form trust issues. And yeah, I definitely understand how that can form trust issues. But really, would your social media relationship status cause trust issues?
Unless they're, like, being hit up by a bunch of other people, and you're like, hey, I just saw, like, 25 friend requests
good
from these
point.
other
That's a good
other
point.
people.
Well, then they've
and I
probably
don't-
already been getting them then. So it's
Yeah,
like,
but then if
eh.
you put up your relationship status, how many people are going to drop off? You know what I mean? So maybe it might be one of those things too. So you gotta
There
find
are
out.
plenty of guys who are in their whole phase who have no problem showing up. Oh, you in a relationship? Now it's time. You know, they're like, hey, girl. And you're like, what? What's going on? I'm
true.
trash, and I just want to say hello. You know, like, there are guys that do that. And then there are the guys that wait for the moment where you're like, okay, hey, I'm single. And it's like, and, you know, all of a sudden, there are like 20 men at your door. Hey, how you doing? Good morning. Do you need me to change or wash your car and your tires? What do you need? You know, there are those guys too. So
Hey,
it
so I
does
am
depend.
single. My car is dirty.
Right, I don't just trying to throw it out there. Guys, I'm single and my car needs a wash. All of a sudden, people show up with buckets and everything. It can work. Yeah, right. Yeah, my car needs an oil change.
I need a new car. How far can we put?
Oh, yeah, how far can I push this?
do that.
Going
Don't do
on
that.
Amazon for a wish list. Cool Handle Name says some people hide it because of their family's religious beliefs.
There could be any
That's
number
true.
of reasons,
That's
but honestly, the only way that you're gonna figure this out and find out if you're okay or not okay with it, gotta have that conversation.
Ask them. And I wonder, like, if it is, like we said, in general, do they mean just saying in a relationship? Not mentioning who it is, but just saying
Yeah.
in a relationship?
Because I think that's also fine, but I think a lot of things are fine. I think a lot of things are not fine. So I don't know.
So
Depends
for
on
you,
the
if you're
individual.
dating somebody, you've been dating them now, let's say, for 6 months.
That's a significant
you
amount of
feel-
time where you're invested. I
Uh-huh.
feel like if they asked me like, "Hey, I want you to put this on all of your profiles," I'd be like, "All right."
Yeah, sure, I guess.
Because I mean, honestly, by that time we're gonna have pictures together. There's
True,
gonna be posts
true.
about it. I'm like, so if you didn't figure it out by these, I guess
just
a
not
little
figuring it out.
sentence on my little Facebook profile thing will make it official.
Yeah, oh, here it is. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I
really-
think it's kind of a petty thing, but I know it's important for a lot of people because I'm old and I didn't grow up with social media, so it doesn't have the impact on my life that it does for a lot of people. You know?
Yeah, it is kind of like, well, if it happens, it happens. If you doesn't, damn if you do, damn if you don't.
Yeah.
Honestly. So I mean, you need to talk to the person if you're interested in someone and you don't feel that they're claiming you on social media and it's important to you. Well, then talk to them. Tell them that it's
Yeah.
important to you.
And you're in a relationship. These are the conversations that
That
you
you're
should
gonna
have.
Yes.
Start small. Like this is a very minor one. So
Exactly.
if you can't talk about this, there is a whole lot of other stuff that's gonna go like unsaid, and you don't want that. This is a small
Not at
thing.
all.
Should be easy. You got this. Let us know what happens though.
Yeah,
I
just
want to know
let
what
us
it
know.
says because like I want to know what these kinds of how they go because
That's
I've
right.
never had to ask. Like I would never ask to be like, hey, put me in a relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. I think that's exactly what you need to do. Kind of figure that part out and let it roll from there.
Yeah.
The internet. It's changed our lives in so many ways.
It has.
So, Elle, where can everyone find you?
I am LT on Facebook and Instagram. If you ever put a little @ you could ask us questions on the THS hashtaggers page. If
That's
you want to
right.
be public with it, you can send it to fanquestions@thathashtagshow.com. You reach us there anonymously or whatever email you got.
Yeah. And then we'll be able to answer those questions. For me, you can find me at Battlestar Galactica. That's where I am on everything except for Twitter, which is that hashtag BSG. And we want to thank you guys for tuning in. We really appreciate it.
Yes.
Larry, cool handle name. Thank you guys for
Everyone
the
else in
super
the chat.
chats. Everyone that showed up here for the chat. Layla, comic book realtor. We've got Matthew. We've got so many people. Jezzer, Donnie, Jody. Well. We got the Come Up 18. So many of you guys, and we appreciate every one of you. Toku Kid also. I'm trying not to miss anyone, but there are so many. Whitney, thank you as well. There's so many of you guys. We appreciate it. Make sure to
didn't
tell
see
a
Stephanie
friend.
Storm this
I didn't
week.
see Stephanie Storm. Blackwing, shout out to you. I know you went to sleep early. It's late over there in New York. I definitely understand. So he got some headshots actually. Did
I
you
actually
see
saw
them?
them on
I
Instagram.
was
He
like,
looks so good. He looks so good.
Yo, like, all right, I see it. You're going to be a star soon. But, okay, once again, thank you guys for tuning in. And make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Keep up to date with everything trending.
In geek pop culture.